Kia ora tātou, kei ko nei māua ko tōku nei hoa, ki te taho tō tātou nei awa tupua o Whanganui, anō reira e ki ana te kōrero, e rere kau mai te awa nui, mai te kāhui maunga ki Tangaroa, ko au te awa ko te awa ko au. So my name's Justin, this is Tuera. We are Kaitakawaenga here in Whanganui Primary Schools, working on behalf of Sport Whanganui. Really engaging with our tamariki and kura through sport, physical activity and play, trying to address some of the issues that are confronting our young people at primary school these days, supporting families, supporting teachers and schools, just trying to be that mentor person in the middle to try and keep all those things together.
Back in 2022, we noticed that some of our boys really high anxieties. With that came the non-engagement in class, and we couldn't refer them to the external agencies because they didn't meet the criteria. So we had to find something different. My biggest goal coming into this was around my Year 6 boys who are heading off into intermediate. When they go to intermediate, there's a whole new set of challenges that are going to face them. I want them to be able to take the skills they've learned and transfer them into that new setting they're going into.
Our Kaitakawaenga role is heavily based inside schools, so we're trying to connect with them in the classroom, in the playground, but sport's such a powerful vehicle that we just want to expose them to what's available in the community and help whānau understand that there are other supports through sport out there in our community.
We've been working with our fantastic mentors for some time now, and the impact that they've had at our school is phenomenal. The physical activity is the highlight for our kids. They are just chomping at the bit for these guys to turn up and to give them time, and I think that's, for me, that's the benefit of this mentorship, because our kids need that time.
Since our work with the Kaitakawaenga, we have found that they're developing better skills to cope when things don't go so well, and then if they do have to resolve the conflict, they've got some better skills to negotiate in those spaces.
We're seeing some big shifts in that they are learning more about themselves. They're learning about how they manage their emotions. They're learning about the differences between positive and negative social interactions. They're building up their own self-esteem and they're better able to set goals, whether they're short-term or longer-term goals, not just for their learning but also around their own social development.
So I guess a key part of our role is also working with whānau. We know we need the support of our kids' families to especially keep our messages consistent within the home. We work alongside the schools to speak the language they hear at school, and schools are really adapting and adopting what we're trying to share as well. They're very consistent messages, but we know a lot of that is really dependent on our relationship with our kids' families.
For all of my families, but actually one in particular, is that this whānau, when the chips were down and things went quite pear-shaped here at school, Tui and Justin were the first people Mum rang, and to me that just speaks volumes to the strength of that partnership. The idea of these guys seamlessly filtering through the classroom and the playground and at home is just, you can't put a money value on it.
I'd like to see our tamariki who are working within the program being able to pass those skills on to other children. Then they become teina tuakana relationship essentially with our younger kids.
My biggest dream and hope for this is around sustainability. I want our teachers to learn the skills that these boys are learning as well, so that we can sustain this as a school.
Sport and physical activity as the vehicle to engage has been massive, so we'd love to see maybe a collaboration of all these systems and services come together, feed into this to grow not just the capacity of us two sitting here, but to maybe grow a whānau of Kaitakawaenga, that we can all be out there supporting schools, supporting whānau, and most importantly, supporting our tamariki. Kia ora tātou.